Doulos, the Greek word meaning servant. For the last 32 years, this remarkable vessel has faithfully served 104 nations in over 500 ports, welcoming over 21 million visitors. Recognized as the world's oldest sailing passenger ship, the Doulos crew aim to build relationships and connect cross-culturally, impacting a countless number of lives.
The ship was in the Arabian Gulf area, and we were visiting a country there, and in one of those countries, the harbour master visited the ship every day. And his name was Captain Ahmed. And I had the opportunity to meet with Captain Ahmed as he came on board and entertained him and spoke with him. And as the ship then left this country, I stayed behind to say thank you to a number of our hosts, and one of them was Captain Ahmed.
Doulos community, you've got 130 metres long, 16.5 metres wide.
I remember going into his office just as the ship was leaving the port area, and he had a very large office with a big glass window, and the Doulos sailed by in the sunlight, and it was just a magnificent picture.
About 300 people, 50 different countries, however many different churches, huge age range.
And then as he looked out the window and saw the Doulos, he said, "I like coming to your ship. It's different coming to your ship. The people are different. Why?" he said to me, "why are they so different?"
It's a melting pot. And the incredible thing is that it works.
And then he said, in my country we talk a lot about family, but on board your ship I see that you really are a family. Why is that, he said.
I think the only thing that solidifies us and holds us together is the fact that we have Christ at the center. It's the only thing.
With the purpose of bringing knowledge through the supply of books and containing over 6,000 different titles, Doulos was able to reach communities that had little or no access to vital literature. Not only did they provide this literature, Doulos played a pivotal role in delivering practical assistance where it was needed. At the heart was a purpose, an aim of sharing hope that would influence and touch the lives of thousands of people forever. But who were these people, and how were their lives transformed?
The ship was in West Africa, and a young man came on board and bought himself a book on mechanics.
One lady called Satoko, who bought a music CD and loved it so much but didn't really understand what the Christian songs were about.
And next time when the ship was visiting the same port, one of the ship's vans broke down, and they stopped at a little workshop.
So the lady came back the next day and met a friend of mine who works in the bookshop, Lillian from Papua New Guinea. And she asked Lillian, about the songs on the CD that she bought. And Lillian could say to her, well, this song, Amazing Grace, is one of my favorite songs. And Lillian explained to her what it was all about and what it meant to accept God's grace. And Satoko asked her, well, can I become a Christian too? And Lillian was like, yes, of course.
So they said, how have you learned to be a mechanic? Oh, he said, there was this ship came a few years ago. I bought myself a book and I taught myself how to repair cars.
And just before she left, Lillian told me, she grabbed her hands and she said, thank you, God, for Lillian. And then she looked at Lillian and said, that's my first prayer.
I came on the Logos just as a visitor in 1981.
I think Doulos is special because we can't see so much fruits of this ministry.
God spoke to me to the different people. I looked at these people, I seen the peace they have. I said, God, I want that.
Because we are in the country for a really short time, and or we go to some country where we can't preach to people so easy. So then we don't see so much fruits.
And that day I prayed, I said, Jesus, if you're up there, I want to walk on this ship. Of course, he never made me walk on the Logos. But you know what God did? God made me an engineer.
Still, we know that there will be the fruits because God is there and God never stopped working there.
I had lots of difficulties to be an engineer. But the biggest gift was how God prepared me to join ships just to say that I would be able to sail on the Doulos or the Logos too. And that's how God actually carved and shaped my paths.
What we can do is we can just trust in Him and trusting God that God will work through something.
The ship ministry as we know it is not coming to the end, but the ministry of Doulos certainly is coming to the end. And I think the fact that the age of the vessel, the history of Doulos carries a lot of weight around the world, and many would miss that as a testimony of what God has been doing.
What was Doulos? I would say simply, Doulos was a tool.
Well, for me personally, Doulos was home and Doulos is home.
The impact that the Doulos made wasn't the impact of an old ship or an historic ship. It was the impact of the lives of people who served on board the ship.
It is a community, an international community that sails around the world wanting to experience life, the real meaning of life.
It was a place for ordinary people to excel. At the same time, it was a place that met presidents, prime ministers, as well as the person on the street, and was able to have that opportunity to share with them why such a ship like this is existing today.
Well, the ship's community is amazing, you know. It may be a floating UN, but it is a ship with a family atmosphere. And I tell you, I have loved every day.
And if there's any good in me, so little in me, but if there's any good in me, it's because of what God did through the ship ministry in my life.